Shalom, shalom on the brother Marakab. But first and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and all the Akim out there that are pushing his truth with nothing but sincerity. In the name of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai. Started from the tribe of Judah all the way down to Issachar. And today I want to speak on what is like the beginning of the year, because we so-called already in the third month of the year, right? According to Esau's calendar, which they go back into the what they call it though, the Caesar's calendar. What the hell they call it though? The Caesar's calendar, something to do with that, which is completely off though. And as you can see here on the screen though, this is the real calendar. This is the calendar from you know people use though. You know what I'm saying though, because it's based on the new moon. New moon. You go into the definition of moon, or I believe month though, which I'll get real quick though. Let me see. I believe it's moon though. It goes month though. You type in the word month and gives you it means moon. See, look at right here. It says old because I skipped down more. See, it says Old Norse Gothic Minops month, which is related to Menun moon. See, originally the month was the interval between one new moon and the next. See? So the word month means moon. See, it says originally month was the interval between one new moon and the next. You see? So that's what it means though, man. Menun, and see? So the word month means moon. So this Wednesday, sundown, is going to be the beginning of the new year. And then 2 weeks after that, it's going to be the Passover, which I believe lands on April 1st. You know what I'm saying, though? So, because, because like I said, it's the new year, which makes sense, though, you know what I mean? Because, you look around right now, everything's growing, though, It's the springtime. Everything's growing, you know what I mean? The flowers are blooming. It's nice weather. And, compared to it though, the wintertime though, when it's hella cold, everything's literally dead though. Like nothing's even flourishing though. Like how are you gonna say that's the beginning of the new year? It doesn't make sense, because the scriptures says elsewhere though, because in that time it's what's it called though? Because if you look at this calendar, Nisan, which is between April and March though, which like I said, look at March though, and it makes sense though. Like I said, all this that grows right now, saying though, everything that grows right now, literally, is in the springtime though. That's the time Yahushua was also born though, and he died in the time too though, and the Passover though. So let me get some scriptures though, because I believe because you go into let's go into the book of Exodus, all right? So Exodus, I believe it's 12 and 1. Yeah. Exodus 12 and 1, it says, "And the Most High spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month," which is the month of Nisan, "shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you." See? So this is the month that be to you the beginning of months. So the first month though. "It shall be the first month of the year to you." And it says, "Speak ye into all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month, I shall take them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house." See? And then I'll skip down to 6, right? And it says, "And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. So this is talking about Passover though, so Passover is 14 days after in the evening when it comes down, the sun goes down. That's the beginning of the actual day though, and that's Passover though, so 2 weeks though, um like it's like I said though, it's the new year though, and then 2 weeks after that is Passover though, which makes sense though, it makes sense. So the moon though, like I said, the new moon is a month though, goes back to the month though. So that's the thing though. So let me get is it Deuteronomy 16:16? Yeah, because look at it says 16:1 is actually, it says Deuteronomy 16:1, it says, observe the month of Abib and keep the Passover unto the Most High thy power, for the month of Abib the Lord thy power brought thee forth out of Egypt by night. See? It says, then, so like it says, 2, it says, thou shalt therefore sacrifice the Passover unto the Most High thy power of the flock though and the herd, and the place which the Most High shall choose to place his name there. See? So, the month of Abib. So let's Google that, right? What is the month of Abib? What is the month of, there you go. See? The month of Abib is the first month of the Jewish sacred calendar, corresponding to March/April. See, are we in March right now? And the Gregorian calendar, it signifies green ears of grain or ripened heads of grain. See, I give you a scripture right here. Biblical significance, designated as the beginning of months or the first month of the year. See, so the month of Abib is the first month of Jewish sacred calendar. See, it's not. It is though. It is though. Because now we go base. What does? Oh yeah, it's called the Gregorian calendar, not Caesar's calendar. Slovakia. Does America calendar go by? See, the United States currently uses the Gregorian calendar, which is the international accepted, the civil calendar, also known as the Western or New Style calendar. See, it's a bunch of bullshit. It goes back to, I believe this goes back to the Romans, though. Goes back. Let's see. The Gregorian calendar is a direct refinement of the Roman era Julian calendar, which was established by Julius Caesar in 46 BC. See? So this calendar goes back to the times of Roman, which we are in Rome right now. This is the reincarnation of Rome, though. It just makes sense that America is Rome again. I believe a brother has that as his name of the channel, Rome all over again. And it makes sense because it is Rome all over again. So see, we're going based on the Gregorian calendar, though. And the thing is, though, is it does make an effect, though, to our people, our Israelites, because if you're going based on the Gregorian calendar, you will never know when is the actual Sabbath, though. You know what I mean? You will never know when is the actual Sabbath, though. So if you're an Israelite, if you don't know what the Sabbath is, and here you are defiling yourself, doing all these abominations, though, on the Sabbath, though, hey, man, that's indignation from the Lord, though. You know what I'm saying, though? Because he said to keep the Sabbath holy, though. Like Apostle Tahar said, how would the Israelites back in the wilderness keep the Sabbath, though? It wasn't like he said jokingly around. He said it wasn't like back then there was a 7-Eleven where he's like, hey, let me get that calendar, though. It was no fucking 7-Elevens back then though, in the wilderness though, in the time where we were walking though. You know what I'm saying though? So therefore, you know, we had to go based on the moon. You know what I mean though? We had to go based on the moon. So that was our calendar, you know, still is to this day, you know. You're an Israelite though. So that's the thing about it though, man. And like I said, I just wanted to make a quick hit today, you know, and wanted to know actually you know, speak on about the beginning of the year, you know. What is the beginning of the year? You know what I'm saying though? Because, you know, I can get into the Passover though and speak more on it though, you know. But like I said, today I just want to speak more about what is the new year, the actual new year, according to biblical, you know, biblical to the Bible, according to the Bible though, you know, because we go based on the new moon though, you know what I'm saying though, because if you go back to Genesis, is it Genesis 1 and 5? Yeah. See, here it is, Genesis 1 and 5. It says, Salakia. It says, and God, which is the Elohim, called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. See, but you see first it says the evening and the evening. So when it's evening, that's the beginning of a new day, and the morning were the first day. See, so the evening when it goes down though, that's the beginning of a new day. People, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, people in the world believe that, you know, 7, 6 in the morning though, it's the beginning of a new day. But nah, man, nah, it's already been 12 hours. The day had already has started though. You know what I'm saying though? But I understand though, because when people think about the day, it's like the light though, you know? When I think about the dark though, it's the end of a day. You know what I'm saying though? So in a worldly perspective, you know, it's easier to understand that though, you know? But it's also easy to understand if you're a spiritual person that when the sun goes down, that's the beginning, that's a new day though. You know what I mean though? Because we go based on scriptures though, you know, going back to the scriptures though, because it says first year and the evening, you know? So, and that's where the first day. So the evening came, you know, was first though, you know? So it makes sense if you're spiritual, man, you know? Them that have a year, let them have a, you know, year. Them that hear, let them have a year, you know? So that's the thing though, man. So, yeah, and I believe the word Nissan it's in the scriptures too though, you know? Nissan. I think that's how you spell it. Yeah, see? Okay, so let me get Nehemiah 2:1. Nehemiah 2:1. It says, well, you know what? Let's get it in the blue letter though, you know? Nehemiah 2:1. Nissan right there, right? See, it says their flight, but it says the first month of the Jewish calendar corresponding to March or April. See? It says the first month of the Jewish calendar corresponding to March and April. And that's the time we're in right now. You know what I mean? We're in those times right now, man. We're so literally today, I believe, yeah, today's Tuesday though, but tomorrow night is the New Year though, you know? And that's it though. But like I said, you know, see the people of the world, you know, when they celebrate New Year's though, you know, they get drunk though, you know what I'm saying? They commit adultery and they do all this stuff though, man. We acknowledge at least that, you know, because the fact that it's the Sabbath though and it's the new moon, you know, we acknowledge it though when we keep it holy though, man, you know? So, because right now we actually are in the Sabbath right now, you know, it's a double though. So we're in the Sabbath right now, you know, so, and that's the thing though, like I said though, man, we're not drinking and committing adultery and all that other shit though, man. You know what I'm saying though? So we got to keep it holy though, man. So like I said, I just wanted to make a quick video though, you know, hopefully it was edifying. Till next time I say shalom.